Hello, bonjour. I'm just editing another video. The reason I've done this video is, apart from the fact that we just like to do it anyway and it's always useful to us, a recent video that I put up of an open garden in Bagnoles de Laune was a big hit for me anyway, and quite a lot of people liked it. So I thought I'd put together the photos that both Duncan and I took today at another open garden, but much closer to home, in Lassay Les Chateaux. We just looked around this, had a quick chat with the owner and everything, and it's just beautiful. Another beautiful garden. She did have some plants for sale, but they didn't have anything that we actually needed. She had plants that we'd already got, or ones that weren't for the right position in the garden. So we just wanted to have a good look round. It was an entrance fee to raise money to help teenage children with cancer and other illnesses and things like that. So yeah, I'm hoping obviously you're going to enjoy it as you did the last one. And I'm going to try not to duplicate. As I said, both Duncan and I were taking photos, but I will try to even it out. Obviously taking some of the same things but from different angles, so it still might be nice to see. Also, I may at the end put an update on our garden, because we've been doing some more planting and alterations and things like that, as we usually do. So if this isn't too long, I may add that on. So enjoy the video. Au revoir. Oh, it's one of those very hot days that we've had recently. There's been a lot of videos go up recently, so I haven't done a lot of recording. Not that you would know that, because you haven't seen any gaps. But we've done some slight changes in the garden and everything. I thought I'd show you. We've decided we're going to go and do a little camping trip on Monday, which is about 4 days' time. I can't remember if I've already said, you might have seen in Sharon and I's podcast, but we've bought a little tent that attaches itself to the back of the new car, which again I did mention that's why we got that car, for doing something like this. So we're going to do that next week, so I should be filming that for you. Sharon and I have started a new class, a yoga class. Our chair fit class finishes this week for the summer, so we said we've got to keep going with something, so we've joined this yoga class, and the lady is excellent, very knowledgeable, and basically knows her stuff, and I think we're going to really enjoy it. It's a small group, and it's going to be good. So yes, the last chair fit tomorrow. We've been out for a walk today. We had the yoga class on Tuesday, and then on Monday we did another walk. So we've been quite busy for us this week. And tomorrow, I should be recording not tomorrow, it'll be Friday, 2 days' time, I'll be recording a podcast with Sharon. So that'll be coming up, a few videos after this one. So let's take a walk around the garden anyway, and I can just talk about what's been happening. Let's turn you round. There's not been a lot happening here on the patio or the deck, other than things are growing. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but that has gone berserk this year. Lots of new leaves on that. We've put the chairs away because the sun tends to bleach them, so that looks a bit bare there at the minute. That doing very well. And the fig tree seems to be happy in the pot at the minute. Over here we've got a new plant there, which I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the screen if Duncan tells me. Put it in there. It's the challenge is all the time is trying to find plants that go in particular parts of the garden, isn't it? And you think you've read it right, put it in, and then you lose it because you've just chosen the wrong spot for it. Gardening can be quite hard like that, so we try not to pay a lot for plants in the first place, because we don't want to have to almost throw money away. But I mean, one plant I'll show you now, but one plant we thought we'd lost was one of our bananas, but look, it's quite happy now. Put this plant down, put it in a pot to see if he could save it, and he has. There's some more Marcel's, as I said. I think they're aloes, but that one, Duncan, it was bigger than that, and Duncan himself managed to step back and broke a branch off it, so he's put that sort of tripod, like a teepee, around it now to try and stop anything else breaking it. We had like a mini catastrophe this week. It was the end of last week. Duncan came down and there was branches laying on the floor here, and it was because Leon, our neighbour's cherry tree, one of the big branches snapped and fell down, and because of that it broke a lot of other branches down. So we've got this big gap now, whereas that on the left there used to be full of cherry tree. Now we've got a big gap. So he's tidied his side, we've tidied our side, and as you can see, there's no progress with the pond. That was once upon a time going to be wildlife garden, but we've now decided a pond because we're not letting the sheep, so we can have water in the garden. So there's lots of ideas and that things going through our heads and how we're going to do that. Love this corner. It's very grown now, very sort of, well, everything's gone merged basically. The magnolia's doing very well. Because we keep losing plants because of the heat or because of the cold, we're starting to think we're going to have more of these palmiers or palm plants, whatever. We're going to need to get more of those that can cope with everything. The Acer's doing very nicely this year. We haven't put the fire pit together again yet, because as you can see along the side there, we've got ants again, so we've got to get all the slate out of the way and put some powder back down and then put the slate back again. What else is new? Let's go across the path. It's amazing, it never ceases to amaze me, should I say, how quick things come back. That fuchsia's doing brilliantly. That I love. It's another new one. Long and spindly, but it looks nice. Newish lavender's looking okay. Now, we went to another garden plant sale at the weekend, and we went really because we'd bought plants from this man before and wanted some shade loving plants, and we knew it was his garden centre, and we thought, well, we'll find some there. As it turned out, there was a lot there, but we couldn't find something that we hadn't already got. But we did buy some, which I'll show you in a bit. But we also bought this. So we've got another windmill for the garden. This one's slightly different. It's sort of like the windmills that the farmers have in their field. But that's lovely. So we treated ourselves to that. The new oleander that went in, that's looking quite good now. Duncan found that lamp there that Leon gave us a couple of years ago, and he's going to make that usable, put a bulb in it and attach it to the electrics. Definite bonuses of living with an electrician. Right, let's go through here, see what's happening with the veggies. So that's the other windmill, the one we had before, which we love. Right, okay, now strawberries. We've picked a few, but they've not been very big. There's more coming. Hopefully we'll get a better batch of strawberries this time, but we don't seem to have a lot of luck with them. I get quite envious when I see people with big fat strawberries and that we don't seem to have them. And yes, it's the butternut squash growing amongst some potatoes that have come up again that we didn't plant, and there's lots of onions coming. We did put those in. We thought this year we'd try growing things amongst other things and see how it does, and also putting flowers in for pollination and everything. As you can see, my carrots doing brilliantly. I'll be able to pick some of those soon, I think. That's the potatoes that we dug up from last year and put in, and they seem to be doing okay. My beans aren't doing brilliantly. They're okay, we're going to get something from them, but they're not brilliant. And Leon, our neighbour, said that apparently a lot of people aren't doing very well with the green beans this year. It makes you feel a bit better. Lots of potatoes still coming there. There's one there trying to pop out of the ground, I just noticed. One thing we've had on these potatoes this year is they come up with what looks like a green tomato, and I've learnt since that they are part of the tomato family potatoes. I didn't realise this, but we keep getting a lot of these fruits on it, as it were. We've cut some off because we thought it might be sapping the energy from the actual potato. I don't know if there's one here I can show you. Some, look, there. When I used my plant app to find out what was going on, they just said, well, they're potatoes. So I don't know. Is it like a potato seed? If you know, put it in the comments. The celeriac is coming on okay. I'm just looking to see if I need to do some weeding again. So they're coming on okay. Then the nasturtium is taking a real battering, but I mean we've had lots of aphids, and everybody's this year saying aphids have been terrible. But it's getting eaten and it's getting scorched in the sun, but it's been serving its purpose. Is it lovely? I think they're petunias, aren't they? Anyway, they're there to, let's say, pollinate. And looks like the beetroots are just about ready to be picked up, brought out, so I'll have to do that. I might have to freeze some, and I might get some more, because I don't know why I'd forgotten how quick they grow. I put some garlic bulbs in here, and I thought, because they're ones that I bought garlic from inside, like from the shop, and thought I'd give it a go at trying to grow from that. But some people say sometimes they're sterilised and you can't actually grow from them, but I don't know what's going to happen, but there seems to be 2 there at least, maybe 3. So we'll see. And I planted a second batch of onions. You see they're all coming through there. For some reason I haven't all taken, but there's a few there. We had some tomatoes, extra tomatoes, if you remember, that we had because we'd just got extra growing from a tomato seed, and we had them in pots, and we've been almost through them away on us, but it seems a bit sad as we've put them through trying to grow to start with. So we put some in this bucket here, and 2 of them, maybe 3, are actually seem to be coming along, so we might have even more tomatoes. Now on this side you can see the blackberries are coming. One there is already blackening. So it'll be a nice load of blackberries to eat soon. We'll have to put something over them again like we did last year, just stop the birds eating them before we get there. The raspberry's not doing anything at all. Never seems to do very well. A lot of the cherry tree that Duncan cut down, as you can see, we'd end up throwing it over there because we don't. Where else could we put it? It's just almost like a bit of wasteland, as we said to you. It's just a bit of neglected land. Lavenders are okay on there, looking nicely. Got some rocket at the back there to pick. That poor lavender's look a bit dry, to come out when it's cooler and water that. And here we've got, oh, it's warm in here. My first time of growing avocados, and they seem to be fine. At least 3 or 4 flowers coming, so hopefully that means aubergines. These tomatoes, I think somewhere we've got some tomatoes. Here we go. They're starting to grow. So that's good. Get out there if it's too hot. Whew. You know, it's hot outside here, but when you've been in there and you come out, it's nice and cool. Duncan's had a bit of a problem with we couldn't use the outside tap on the toilet there, so he's had to re-plumb it, and this bit of a contraption there to keep the muck out of the water that you can see there. We have a little sink there just for washing our hands, so it's very useful, I have to say. Oh, I just noticed this pear tree never gets anything on it this year. Wow, it's not a very big tree, but it's got quite a lot of pears, so that's a good thing as well. There's something in the air at the moment. It's making me sneeze and have the sniffles. I don't really know what it is, but as soon as I get up and open the window, I'll start sneezing. Ooh. Right, let's go just over the other side. We've moved a few plants out, you probably wouldn't notice. Oh, I didn't tell you. Yes, I don't think I did. I think I did tell you that our neighbour's daughter had a wedding and some of the family needed somewhere to stay, so they stayed in a gîte that really is no longer a gîte, it's just a house that for family and friends to use. And they stayed for 2 nights and bought us a little pot with 3 plants in it. That is one of the plants. It's not doing brilliantly, but it's going. And I'll show you the other 2 in a minute. My hydrangeas are doing quite well this year. Why is it the grass grows okay and then these big weeds that grow a million times faster? This is the honeysuckle that went in a few years ago, and that has gone crazy again. It's going across the top of the gazebo, and also you can see that the lovely clematis is doing the same. Over this side, Duncan has just had to cut back both that one and that one because the sun keeps scorching it, and yeah, it's not been doing very well, so he's cut it back to hopefully it will pick up again. That's a funny insect. What's that? It's a hummingbird of some sort, I think. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Because we've had a lot of aphids and everything, we were told to attract birds who will eat the aphids, so we've been putting bird feeders out. Now we're not sure if any birds are getting to them or whether we've put them in the right place or what yet, so it's all a bit of trial and error. This is my friend's rose that she gave us to look after before she died, bless her. It smells beautiful. I think it's sentimental or something it's called. That's the second plant out of the gift from the neighbour's family. This is a salvia we bought at that same plant show as we bought our windmill. We moved this daisy from over there because it didn't seem to be doing very well, and it's not doing very well here either, so we think that's going to be coming up and we'll have to get yet another replacement plant. This all seems to be okay here, although Duncan's just had to cut a lot of damaged leaves off of that because that was getting scorched as well. And Duncan's also had trouble with aphids on this buddleia as well. He was considering digging it up because it was causing him too much hassle. But at least we've got some flowers this year and we might get some butterflies. Right, spot the newbie. This is our new garden feature. Duncan spotted these metal things which are from a furniture shop in our cheap shop called Nos, and he thought, I'm sure I can do something with them in the garden. So we come down and walking around the garden trying to decide what to do with them, and I came up with the idea of staggering them like that, so it makes more of a thing, if you like, just to wander around, and we're really pleased with that. And then we thought this needs something, so Duncan's put a mirror up, and one of the clematis from the front we moved there because it's not very happy at the front, and we thought we might have lost it, but it looks like it's got some green shoots. Hey, so that's good. It's another one of our lovely fuchsias. I think we should have more fuchsias. They're so much more hardy and tough to look after. So yeah, so you see what I mean about the thing. So you just walk this way, down into the nice shady bit, and that's what it looks like from this angle. Really pleased with it, but the idea is that we'll have a clematis, one at each one, and then they will grow up and add a bit of colour. It's all the ferns that Duncan put in, and these are the other 2 plants we bought at the weekend, shade loving sort of grasses. I do like grasses. It's one of my favourite areas of the garden, this. Now this pear tree wasn't doing very well, it was leaning too much, but Duncan's now staked it in, so that's good. See if we get any fruit on that one. Oh, there's one there. A bit sad. One little pear. What's happening there? We had an animal laying in there. That's usually thick with growth. These are bitter cherry or something. I did think about picking them, but I'm not a huge cherry lover. It's okay, but it's needless to say we didn't pick them. That's a new camellia. We've got that because there was a plant there that died off, so yet another replacement. And this looks very similar to the one I showed you at the start over there where Duncan's put a pyramid over it. I'm not sure if it is the same. I think it might be tansy or something like that. That I've forgotten what it's called. Thornium, something like that. Anyway, that's been there forever. And yes, as you can see, we haven't yet started on the new patio. So, still to come. Can't do everything at once. We decided we're going to get some more big rocks for this corner and put in some succulents. I think the small rocks aren't quite enough. Oh, that was the thing. The other week we bought a couple of new hostas. There, looks like they've got flowers coming. Another one there. I do like a hosta. Oh, it's nice to stand in the shade. It has been ridiculously hot, we're just not used to it. Whew. Let's go back up here. So that's 1, 2, oh, the third plant that was in the pot from the neighbours was this lovely, beautiful fuchsia. That's done the best out of all three that were in the pot. As I said, we need more fuchsias. This is doing okay. There's another fern. It's got new shoots. The acer at the back's got new shoots. Yep. Oh, this is Duncan bought this yesterday or day before. I know you're going to say that looks a bit like it's dead, but it was only €5 in the gaspillage of Aldi or Lidl, and for €5 Duncan said it was worth trying to save it. So that's his newest mission as plants go. So that's more or less it. I've updated you on what Sharon and I've been up to, what the garden's forming into. So, as I say, we're going to be recording a podcast tomorrow, and I just wanted to say actually, the podcast, not podcast really, a video that went up today was another one where I interviewed our Australian friend, because they've been having problems about staying in Australia, and she talks about her problems. There's part 1 this week, part 2 next, and they seem to do really well, which is sad in a way, because I can't go around interviewing everybody because not everybody wants to be on camera. I've said that to you before, but anyway, I'm really glad. So if you watched it, thank you so much. But there's lots of different mixtures coming. I think the week after next is not a week in my life, because I ended up deleting one of my videos, but 6 days out of the 7 coming soon. That's, I think, not next week, the week after. So watch out for that one. But for now, keep yourselves well, and I will see you whenever, somewhere in a video somewhere down the line. Au revoir.